Did you know more than 90% of America's daily newspapers use ink made from soybeans? Or that biodiesel, an American-made renewable fuel, is also made from soybeans? Or that 82,338 crayons can be made from just 1 acre of soybeans? With hundreds of uses, soybeans impact many aspects of our lives. And while the Department of Agriculture said last year would be a record soybean harvest throughout the country, some farms in Illinois did not reach expectations due to a soil disease. Although it isn't a widespread problem, SDS, or sudden death syndrome, is making its presence known in soybean fields throughout Illinois this season, with one of the worst outbreaks in years. A fungal disease, SDS attacks the soybean roots early on in the growing season and causes them to die before harvest.
As you're affecting the roots, that's destroying that organ that doesn't allow it then to take up nutrients and water from the soil itself. And it's essentially causing the roots to rot and to die off. And then, of course, it produces a toxin as well, and then that's going to start to have the leaves begin to turn brown, they start to turn yellow, and of course that affects photosynthetic capacity.
While there's no way to completely prevent SDS, some farmers have learned a few tricks to minimize their risk.
When you have a cold, damp spring, that really enhances it. And one thing you can do to help is there is the resistant soybeans that are a little more resistant to the disease. You can plant those and try to plant your wetter soils last if you can, so they'll warm up.
And although the disease happens early in the growing season, farmers are typically unable to spot the effects until the plant reaches adulthood.
You just notice it as the bean field is green, and then you'll see some areas maybe 10, 15 foot across that just die too soon, sudden death.
While the bean fields still grow and produce, SDS can cause severe reduction in yields.
Some growing seasons are better at others than at promoting the pathogen's progress, and this year seems to be particularly bad. Despite
the sickly harvest, farmers always have one thing to look forward to: the possibilities of the next planting season. For Good Day DePaul, I'm Jaclyn Driscoll.